How's it going, everybody? RazingHel here, and welcome to the start of our playthrough of the economic campaign for Stronghold 3. This campaign focuses mostly on economic challenges, but there will be some small military altercations throughout. So let's get started with chapter number 1, A Start. Such a fitting name.
One of the first things to go during the war was our resources. We lost all our stone, our wood, our tools, stolen by cruel pigs with little thought for the people. Before we can even think about rebuilding the abbey, we need to set up a quarry to help start the supply of those precious resources flowing again.
Before we can even think about rebuilding the abbey, we need to set up a working quarry that will supply the stone for the building works.
Okay, to win here, we need to collect 200 stone, 200 wood, and we're limited. I don't know exactly how much time, but we are limited in time to do so. So going to be playing it on the hard difficulty as usual. Let's get started.
Place your stockpile, my lord.
Okay, there you can see that's the stone area. I'm going to put the stockpile over on this side of the keep because there isn't as much room and we don't really need it for the stockpile. There's not a whole lot we're going to be using the stockpile for. The granary, on the other hand, is going to be placed over on the opposite side of the keep.
Sire, Lady Catherine's ambition to rebuild the abbey is a noble one indeed, although I see many problems to come in the days ahead. Right now, however, speed is of the essence as the wood and stone needs to be shipped very soon ahead of the craftsman's arrival.
Okay, so I'm putting the granary over here because it gives me more area to build apple farms in. But then I also need to place one hovel here. I have just enough wood left over 80 wood after placing those 3 apple farms and the 3 woodcutters. Now I've placed the apple farms first, and this is very important in Stronghold 3 because the buildings you place first will get manned first. In other words, the peasants that come out from the keep will go to the buildings that you place first and work them before the other one. So as you'll notice here, if I put down the 3 woodcutters, for example, I would not be making such great progress here growing my apple farm. So it's very important to put down the apple farms first.
Sire, this site is rich in stone deposits, but we may have to clear some of the undergrowth away first to get at them.
And then afterwards, focus on less critical buildings, such as the woodcutters. So we have a total of 3 woodcutters, of course, and it's important to put at least 2 over on this side, or in this area by these trees here, because at the moment, there is no clear path through here. So these woodcutters will start chopping those trees down, and everything will be good. We will be able to access the stone, which is our primary objective there. Looks like we're getting in some more wood here. I'll likely put down another wood camp as soon as I get 20. We have enough population to do so without building an additional hovel. And then the next one I would like to do is an apple orchard. So we're going to have 4 apple orchards going on here. It's important to note that if you don't do this fast enough, in other words, if you go over the halfway mark for the time left, the time left to complete, your apple orchards will go completely barren. Okay, should be getting our next peasant just like that. Now we have 16 of 16, and you can tell it's perfect because we have all of them employed. But we are down to 0 happiness, probably because the granary is running low. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, it's interesting.
Granary stocks are growing, sire.
Okay, we're getting more wood in. Our granary stock should be doing a little bit better, but we really need an apothecary. As you can see, it's going to cost us 200 wood though, so I'm saving up a bit for that. As soon as we get to 200 wood, then I'm going to put one down. And hopefully by that time, this farmer will have already started producing apples, because we're going to need to increase the population by a little bit.
Liege, we are high in the hills here, and bears roam freely in these parts. Our peasants need protection if they are to work unmolested.
Okay, 4 peasants, and then I'm also going to put down the apothecary as soon as we have an opportunity to do so. In other words, when I get the wood. Wait, was it the bear? I'm going to go over here with my lord and guard the granary, because I want to make sure my food supplies, my food production is stable. Okay, we should have enough. No, we don't. Really? And 198. Come on. Let's get that wood in. need to clear up the disease around here. Okay, there we go. I'm going to put the apothecary here by the granary because it's close to the majority of the disease. And it means that the apothecary himself will have to walk less distance to actually clear the disease up, which will make it faster. Okay, let's speed this up a little bit. I don't see the bear at the moment. There should have been a bear, but I'm not sure where it is. Or maybe the bear comes along a little bit later. It seems to be able to approach from different directions, so you gotta be a little bit on point to notice it. Okay, next, let's expand. As you can see here, the plague right in front of the granary was cleared up, so we can most certainly expand our apple production operations a little bit here, which we're going to need if we want to continue to expand our economy, because there are some very trying times ahead in terms of food. We want to make sure we overproduce rather than underproduce. But we're also going to need another hovel here. So I like to go with 2 4 peasant hovels because it allows me to expand at a rate I can accommodate in terms of food production. But like you could do 1 8 population hovel like the one up here, providing you had enough food. So it looks like, it's rain. Turning down the taxes so that peasants don't have to pay any taxes now. So this doesn't cost me anything. But at the same time, it negates the penalty that I was experiencing from this rain. So it's an easy way to get your popularity back up without actually having to expend resources. I mean, obviously you're not making any gold, but like we don't need a whole lot of gold. Anyway. Okay, this area here should just about be cleared.
Enraged bears are scaring our peasants, my liege.
Let's see if we can find the enraged bear.
A bear, sire.
A bear?
Peasants beseech us to send some troops to
Where?
protect them.
I don't see the bear. I wish they would point it out.
The castle?
People are leaving the castle? No! Turn up the food rations. This is when we default to needing food rations. The first telltale sign that a bear is rampaging is when you notice buildings don't have any peasants working them. And I just don't see any. I don't know where the bear is. It's really weird. Sometimes the bear will spawn in this area where the granary is. Sometimes it will spawn up here where the woodcutters are. This time, I just don't see a bear at all. I don't know where the bear is. So I guess I'm just going to keep working here. We're going to ignore any potential threats from bears. Okay, we've got a lot of wood. Let's build our stone quarries now. And we also want some ox tethers with that. I usually build 3 here because it gets the stone production going relatively quickly. And then 4 tethers. You can go maybe 5 tethers. It depends upon where you place your stockpile. 5 tethers would probably not be a bad thing. As you can see there, our workers are most certainly going to the quarries, but we're going to need more population. So another 4 would probably be a good number, or another 2. Let's do it in increments of 2 here, just to make sure we don't overexpand.
The people are racked with disease, my lord. It's most disgusting.
Yeah.
Sentiment is warm.
I'm going to turn up taxes a little bit here since they can. That we will make a little bit of gold that we can use to offset if we run out, offset negative popularity if we run out of food, such as apples. So we need 1 quarry manned yet, but we don't have the population for it, so it looks like it's going to be another 2 peasants. Let's just pop that down. And either there will be 1 peasant already working this, or we will have to place an additional hovel as well. No, it looks like that was enough, so it looked like I needed another 6 peasants. I could have done that as 1 house. Usually I put the house over here, but in this case, 3 little hovels is not a bad investment. I mean, it costs a little bit more wood, I think. Let's see here. How much does... that's the apothecary. How much does one of these cost? These cost 30 versus one that had 6, did I say? Let's see how much one at 6 has. I'm pretty sure this is cheaper, but I'm having a little bit of a difficulty actually seeing where I can build one that's for 6 right there. 6 would be 65. So yeah, I'm paying a little bit of extra wood for the convenience of 3 separate hovels like that. But it also gives you more flexibility in terms of reducing your economy size. And as you can see, it also increased flexibility in terms of growing the economy size. And they are very nice little hovels. I like those houses. So it looks like our stockpiles here are being readily cleared of stone and moved to the main stockpile. The quarry stockpiles, I should say, are readily being cleared of stone. And as you can see, we have enough wood. So at this point, I'm thinking, let's go ahead and delete a woodcutter. We would have to be able to recruit the peasants, though, to make up for that. So let's not. Everything seems to be going okay here. I'm going to turn rations down to...
People are unsure,
Yeah.
you, sire.
None.
Blight has turned our orchards
There we go.
barren.
Oof. That's the last of the food that's going to be produced. Once you get apple blight in this scenario, it's pretty much all over. But as you can see, we almost have enough stone here, so it's not going to matter a whole lot.
Well done, sire. The stone and wood are ready to be dispatched to the abbey site. Victory!
And there you go, the completion of the first economic campaign chapter. Of course, this was nowhere near as complicated as our past chapters for the military campaign, but it's a good start. And I think we got a pretty decent score here. Probably could have min-maxed it a little bit better, but I'm quite pleased with the result there on hard difficulty. So as you might have figured, that does it for this chapter. Thank you very much for watching as always, and I hope to see you next time.